Hello and welcome to Los Angeles, California, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be taking a tour of the Petersen Automotive Museum here for one specific reason only. They have the Fast and the Furious Legacy exhibit going on right now, and you guys know that I'm a huge Fast and the Furious fan, and you didn't think that I was going to come all the way out here and not see these iconic cars. There is a whole exhibit dedicated to nothing but Fast and the Furious cars. They have cars all over the place here in the building, but majority are on the second floor, I believe. So we're going to scour the building and see if we can find as many screen used cars from the movies as we possibly can. I am super excited. Fast and the Furious is one of my all-time favorite movies, so I definitely had to make the trip out here to see these cars they have on display here. So I'm gonna quit jabbing, so let's go in and see what we can find. So it's kind of hard to see with the glare on the poster board here, but this is the 70 Plymouth Cuda driven by Letty, Michelle Rodriguez, and Furious 7, the Race Wars scene. This is down here on the ground level, just by one of the entrances. So we have a lot more to cover today. Take a look at the elevator covers here. That is awesome. All right, here we go. Down the steps and to the vault we go. All right, y'all, we are down here in the vault where they keep all the good stuff. They have some Fast and the Furious cars down here as well. Let's take a look at them. They have the orange Challenger here from Too Fast, Too Furious. I've never actually seen this car in person, but wow. Let me tell you, this thing is freaking sweet. It is beautiful. Wow. I'm like at a loss for words right now. I literally just watched this movie earlier, but still very cool nonetheless. Let's go take a look at the inside, the interior of the car. Because they have the window down right here. Take a look at this. Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps. Absolutely love it. See, they have the board down here. Tyrese Ejecto Cedo Cuz. The 1970 Dodge Challenger RT as seen in Too Fast, Too Furious. It says before it was cast as the vehicle that Roman Pierce wins in a dramatic two-way drag race in Too Fast, Too Furious, this Dodge Challenger was a custom owned by a Fast and the Furious transportation coordinator, Ted Moser. And it says it's a 5-speed transmission and 426 cubic inch Hemi engine, generates about 425 horsepower. So when Brian says that thing is putting out about 425, he was correct. Marking a shift towards the fantastic modifications seen in later Fast films, the Challenger is modified with an ejection seat in the film. When deployed, the NOS-powered device allows Roman to evade the henchmen of drug lord Carter Verone, Cole Hauser. This is the Hero 1 that was used for principal photography. There we have the Ejecto Cedo Cuz. This thing, when I tell you this thing, I saw that they had this online at the museum. I had to come down here and take a look at this car myself. I have this car as a 1/18 scale by Ertl, and let me tell you, this car is beautiful in person. And right over here up against the wall we have the 68 Ford Mustang used in Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Look at this thing. That thing is awesome. Even has the Tokyo Drift logo right there on the windshield. Here's the engine. the iconic race towards the end of the movie where Sean races DK. We'll go over here and see what this board says.
1968.
It says, vehicle restoration and modification plays a key role in telling the stories of the Fast and the Furious characters. For the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, filmmakers cast a Ford Mustang along Sean Boswell, Lucas Black, as he searches for identity. In the film, Sean is gifted this Mustang in derelict condition and restores it for a climatic street race. Its unconventional engine swap replacing the Mustang's American engine with a Japanese RB26. Oh wow. It mirrors Sean's journey from troubled outcast to respected member of the Japanese tuning community. This is the Hero 1 car used in the film, the restoration sequences in the film. Okay, so there's Sean right there. So this was the Hero 1 car that was used for the restoration sequences. So when they're putting the car together, this is the car you see. That's sick. Working our way around here, this red Lightning might be familiar. This is the truck that Brian O'Connor drives in the first Fast and the Furious. This is screen used. I'm sure there's a board over here somewhere possibly that tells the history about it. I'm not seeing one, but I do know the owner of this truck. I know who owns it, and I can tell you for a fact it is screen used. They also have the 70 Dodge Charger RT custom from Fast 9. Thing is matte black. Take a look at the inside of it. Freaking sweet. And they have the mechanism back there in the back seat / trunk area. There's a little board down here that talks about it as well. It says, while the cars of Dominic Toretto in the early films of the franchise mirrored the modified customs popular among street racers in the mid-20th century America, Fast 9 reimagined Dom's Charger as a fully custom-bodied vehicle fitted with unconventional gadgets. In the story, Dom drives his Charger as he tracks his super spy brother Jacob Toretto and chases villain Otto. This vehicle's sleek look was achieved with a carbon fiber wide body and custom frame, giving it a mid-engine layout. This is one of 3 remaining screen-used stunt cars built for Fast 9. You can see Toretto right there. And there you have it. That thing is mean looking. And of course, over here to the right, we have the Nissan GTR driven by Paul Walker in Furious 7. Rest in peace, Paul Walker. There is a board down here. It says 2016 Nissan GTR Track Edition used in Furious 7. It says filmmakers designed Fast and Furious vehicles to be recognized symbols of their drivers. Furious 7 reimagined the Nissan Skyline associated with Brian O'Connor with a 2016 Nissan GTR. In the movie, Brian drives the car alongside hacker Ramsey in a fast-paced chase sequence. Its design references the GTRs that Brian drove in Too Fast, Too Furious and Fast 4, and is customized with a carbon fiber accent and custom exhausts. Its hydraulic suspension system allows it to pass beneath moving semi-trucks. Paul Walker was an avid enthusiast of GTRs and owned several. And there's the scene right there in reference when he says, "Going old school," which in fun fact was actually his brother, Caleb, in that scene, because you can tell the voice difference. But at one point, Paul Walker actually did drive this car. I love the backdrop that they have over here. It's the street race from Fast 4. And you got Brian's blue GTR right there from Fast 4, and then fast forward to Furious 7. So Too Fast, Too Furious is one of my favorite Fast and Furious movies, of course. But seeing the Challenger here in person brings my heart joy, because this car was a part of my childhood in a big way. So kudos to the Petersen for getting this car to put on display. I don't have friends, I got family. Dominic Toretto. Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered the main floor of the Fast and the Furious exhibit here. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of emotion running through me right now. We have Dante's Impala from Fast X, driven by Jason Momoa. There's a shot of him there on the board. And the Celebrity Car Museum in Branson, this is their car. So I've actually sat in this car, and there's a video of it on my channel as well. And we have the 93 Ford Mustang, driven by John Cena in Fast, oh my god, why do I not? Fast 9 and Fast X. Okay. So yeah, that's two cars here, both from Fast X. And let me tell you, that Impala is mean, but it is freaking sweet. Then you have the rolling bomb scene from Fast X. So you got Dom over here in the corner deflecting it. Here we have the flip car. It says it was vehicle effects used in Fast X. However, this flip car was in Fast 6. So there's a little bit of mishaps right there, but this is the car that Owen Shaw would have driven in London. This thing is crazy to see in person. Very, very freaking cool, let me tell you. I'm gonna walk around the back here. It wasn't just Shaw that drove this car either. It was a couple people that worked with Shaw too. Oh, and there's a quote here on the back of this wall. One thing I've learned from Dom is that nothing really matters unless you have a code. Brian O'Connor. They also have the 72 Plymouth GTX seen in Fate of the Furious. Now, a couple things about this car is I did the Fate of the Furious filming locations in Cleveland, and I show you where this car did its stunts at. So not only that, but this car was also driven by Keanu Reeves for driving sequences for, I believe, John Wick 4. Let's see. Courtesy of Toretto's Garage, private collection of private collection of Vin Diesel. So this is actually Vin Diesel's car. But I mean, the Celebrity Car Museum in Branson does have one of these cars as well. So, but pretty cool that it was that it's owned by Vin Diesel, and you can see a little photo right there. It was a mix between New York and Cleveland for those scenes where this car was. They also have the Charger Daytona as seen in Fast and Furious 6. This is also from Vin Diesel's private collection. As you can see there, him in the car. And here it is. It is such a beautiful car. Now, it's not like a normal Daytona. They have shortened the wing, and I know they have shortened the front bumper, I believe, as well. But still, a very cool, iconic car. Personally, I really like this car. It's different than Dom's normal, you know, black Chargers. But another cool thing they have is the 69 Ford Mustang as seen in Fast and Furious 6 that was driven by Roman Pierce. Towards the end of the movie, the tank chase, you can see the car getting crushed right there, Roman jumping over to Brian's car. That thing is beautiful for a Mustang. Woo! Walk over here and take a look at the inside if we can. but this is the back of them. Freaking sweet. And over here up against the wall, they do have a giant display of screenshots from the films. We got Too Fast, Too Furious, we have Fate of the Furious, we have Fast and Furious 6, we got Fast 4, we got Tokyo Drift, we have Fast 9, we have Furious 7, Fast 4. Let's see, we got Brian from Furious 7, we have the race from Fast 4, Fast 9, I believe that is Fast X. This one I think is Fast X towards the end of the movie, right here. Fast 9, Fast 6, and then of course Brian and Dom's race towards the end of the first Fast and the Furious, and then Furious 7 of Dom's off-road Charger, and then him and Brian facing off right here. So this is a pretty cool giant display of photos. So at the end of Fast 1, Dom drives off in this Chevelle into Mexico, and then it reappears later in Fast and Furious 4, 2009, and then eventually he turns it matte gray. But this is the red Chevelle. I've never seen this car in person. Dang, those are some big freaking wheels. But still, courtesy of Toretto's Garage. So Vin Diesel may actually own this car. I'll take a look at this little plaque. Yep, private collection of Vin Diesel. So Vin Diesel owns, like, I guess a lot of the cars from the movies. Man, this thing, I love it. Take a look at the inside. See if I can zoom in. Yep. They also have this little area off to the side where you can sit here and watch clips from different Fast and the Furious movies. Right now they're playing Tokyo Drift, but periodically it'll switch from movie to movie and you can get to watch some clips from the movies and stuff and sit here and hang out with the cars. And over here up against this wall they have Sean's Evo from Tokyo Drift. A little bit of a Tokyo Drift section over here. Let me get a good shot of it. Oh man, that thing is sweet. You can see the backdrop there of when he was learning to drift. Let's go see what the board says here. 2005 Mitsubishi Lancer Evo, as seen in Tokyo Drift. There's a photo of Sean's car. I'm gonna go around the front and then we'll go around the side again. That's the front. Oh, check out the logos on the hood right there. Walk around the back of it. The back of the Evo here. APR performance. Yep. So even though we saw the Ford Mustang used in Tokyo Drift downstairs in the vault, there is another one up here. Collection of Scott Velvet's from the Celebrity Car Museum in Branson. They finally got it up and over here to the car museum. I remember when I was hanging out with them last year around this time, he was kind of keeping it hush hush about what they were doing with this car. Now I know what he was talking about. So here you have another version of Sean's Mustang from Tokyo Drift. You can see the backdrop there of the race with BK. Let's take a look at the inside. Love that green color. This here is pretty cool. So each one of these pictures framed are from different countries and stuff. The first Fast and the Furious poster is from Turkey. The Too Fast, Too Furious poster is from Thailand. The Tokyo Drift one is from Israel. The poster for Fast 4 is from Japan. There's a set of lobby cards for Fast 5 from India. Fast 6 from Italy. Furious 7 from the UK. Theatrical poster for Fate of the Furious is from China. And then the Fast 9 from France. And Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw from Japan. And then the international one-sheet poster for Fast X from Spain. So take a look at the different style of posters they have here. All from different countries. Fast X. Yeah. Got Furious 7, and here's those cards. And here we have the 1993 Toyota Supra from the very first Fast and the Furious, from a private collection. This is the Stunt 3 car, is the 1993 model that was used during the film sequences. So as you can see, the Supra there going up against the Ferrari. Take a look at this car. Oh my goodness. I've seen replicas and stuff of this car, but never one that was used in the movie. And being that this is one of the stunt cars that Paul Walker drove, this is insane. And it is very cool in person, let me tell you. We'll walk around the other side as well. I also have this car, 1/18 scale from Ertl Racing Champions. Got the 12 right there on the side. Sorry. Take a look inside the car here at the roll cage. And that's what the inside of it looks like. And you got the NOS buttons right there. Beautiful freaking car. I'm gonna walk around it again just because. Oh my goodness. It is beautiful. Nice car. What's the retail on one of those? More than you can afford, pal. Supra. And probably what started all of this. These 4 cars right here. All privately owned and fully restored. 25 years later. Man, it's crazy to think that. We have Dom's RX-7. And we have Dana Yamato's Civic. And then Edwin's Acura Integra. And of course, Brian's Eclipse here at the end. All in the line of the race that they were in the first movie. As you can see, the backdrop behind it is exactly how it was set up. Man, I have this car tattooed on my arm, and it's still a beautiful car to this day. Even got the Sparco Torino seats there. We have Edwin's Acura. No, Monica! Driven by Ja Rule, of course. And Danny Yamato's Honda Civic here. And the iconic Toretto RX-7. And they all each have their own little plaque boards here with different information of each car and stuff. But man, such an iconic lineup of cars. Also from a private collector, they have the 1995 Nissan 240 SX driven by Michelle Rodriguez. And she can be seen prominently driving this car in the race war scene of the first movie. Take a look at this. We'll do a quick walk around.
Yeah, the kits are 400.
Crazy to think when you watch the movie and then you see these cars in person. It's definitely mind-blowing. And of course, this car here needs no introduction. This is Suki's pink S2000 from Too Fast, Too Furious. And it still has the marks from when the bumper came off in the race. You can see the scuff marks right there. Check out the scuff marks right there on the bottom lip of the bumper. And this car was designed specifically for Devin Aoki. You can see the little artist drew that. But take a look at the interior of the car. It's not pink anymore, but, and to think those are bath mats. According to Craig Lieberman, that's what they used to do the interior of this car. I want to see that little screen. There it is, where the little angry person comes on the screen when she's driving. She said, "Move, bitch." So freaking cool. I live my life a quarter mile at a time. Nothing else matters. For those 10 seconds or less, I'm free. Dominic Toretto. I'm loving this little area over here, especially the backdrop of Brian and Dom in the Corvette Grand Sport here that was used in Fast 5, jumping out of the train. And my friends over at the Celebrity Car Museum in Branson have loaned this car. Shout out to them for getting it ready for the museum. That is freaking sweet. And then over there on that wall, the most important thing in life will always be the people in this room, right here, right now. Salute me, familia. Dominic Toretto, Fast 5. And here, of course, says a 68 Dodge Charger RT as used in Furious 7, which is actually correct, but they have a picture from the first Fast and the Furious. But with the front grille cover and the wheels, you can tell that this is the Charger from Furious 7, where Dom goes after Shaw. This personally is my favorite version of this car. I love the look of it. It's sleek. It's different than, you know, the normal Chargers and stuff, especially the wheels. And I love how they did the front bumper there too as well. You'll see a peek of the inside over there. I don't know why, but I just absolutely love this car. And ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to save the best for last. These two cars here not only mean something for my childhood, but the one on the right definitely means a lot to me. But right here we have the 99 Skyline GTR from Too Fast, Too Furious. I've only seen the one that's parked at Universal Studios out here in Hollywood, but I have never seen this one here. It is from a private collection, and it is the screen used Skyline. Oh my goodness. Take a look at the side of it. Just look at how beautiful this car is. I love it. I love everything about this car. If I win, I take the cash and I take the respect. To some people, that's more important. Brian O'Connor. And ladies and gentlemen, right here is Paul Walker's personal 98 Toyota Supra, as seen in Furious 7, driven by Cody and Caleb Walker, Paul Walker's brothers, who were standing in for him at the end of the movie. The final goodbye. See you again starts playing, where Brian and Dom drive off and they go their separate ways, which a lot of people think that movie the movies should have ended with that. And I do believe that this car is currently owned by Meadow Walker, Paul Walker's daughter, and she was here for the grand opening, and she allowed them to put his car on display. So the fact that they have his personal screen used car here at the museum, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it, because this is literally owned by Paul Walker. It's not like any of the other cars they have here that he drove, but this is actually owned by him. I do believe, I'm not entirely sure, but I do believe this is the only car left that Meadow owns that was Paul's. And they have the little board down here that talks a little bit about Brian O'Connor and stuff. And down here it does say collection of Meadow Walker. So, when I see you again. They also have some costumes in here. Check this out. This is the Dominic Toretto Change 1. It says this is his wardrobe from Fast 4. I'm also curious as to if it has the bullet hole in the back of the jacket, because he did get shot at one point in that movie after the cars and stuff blew up. Let's take a look and see if we can find a bullet hole. I don't see one on this side, so all good on that one. So we got his pants, his shoes, jacket, and V-neck. That's wild. They also have Suki's outfit from Too Fast, Too Furious. Her extremely vibrant colors matching her pink S2000. Take a look. And it's crazy. I literally just watched this movie on the way here, so seeing it, you know, in the movie and then seeing it here in person is just, it's unbelievable. And we have Suki and Toretto's outfits. So we're up here on the 3rd floor, and I found another Fast and Furious car. This one is from the end of Fast 5 to the beginning of Fast 6, the 2009 Dodge Challenger SRT8. You can see Brian and Dom racing there, the Challenger versus the GTR. But here is the Challenger. Oh my goodness. I'm not much of a Challenger guy, but I would definitely drive this. Got the Hemi right there on the side. That's crazy. I think it's got a lot to do with the black and the matte finish, if you will. Take a look inside. Nice. But beautiful car though. I do believe that is the only one left up here on the 3rd floor. So right here next to the gift shop, they have the Fast and the Furious Lego cars set up. They have the boxes and what they look like all put together. We have a little Skyline right there with a Brian figure. We have the little S2000 with a Suki character. And we have a giant Skyline right here, of course. And then right here, over here is Brian's Supra. So that's what they look like all put together, and then the box art. So now we're gonna go into the gift shop and see what kind of Fast and Furious merchandise they have in here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Before we go into the gift shop, look at this giant Lego Skyline. That is too cool. This thing is massive. It's in its own little case right here next to the gift shop. My favorite place. I don't think you can purchase this, so it might be a custom Lego, but that thing is really freaking cool. Right here next to the entrance, they have shirts from the Paul Walker Foundation, driven by legacy, powered to do good. Proceeds from the purchase of this shirt directly fund the Paul Walker Award and Scholarship, supporting students pursuing careers in marine biology, ocean conservation, and environmental science. So these are what the t-shirts look like. They are white, and they have the picture of him there from Too Fast, Too Furious. I might have to pick one of these up. Do they have a large? They have one large left. I might have to pick one up. But down here they have some of the Jada cars, the 25th anniversary edition. Right there is the Skyline from Too Fast, Too Furious, and then the Skyline from Fast 4. We have the Charger and the Supra from Fast 1. And then there's little RC cars. We have Han's RX-7 and then the Nissan GTR R35 from Fast 6. They also have some other Fast and the Furious shirts here. Take a look at that design right there. $21.99, and then they have this other one right here, 25th anniversary of the Fast and the Furious. We have some more Jada cars down here. Oh my goodness, and they even have the Funko Pops. Look, we got Tej Parker, Dom Toretto, Brian O'Connor, and I think Han and Letty are also in this set too. So they have a ton of the Brian and Dom. I might have to pick up a Brian figure. They have another Fast and Furious car there. Oh my goodness, they have a whole back wall full of Fast and the Furious die-cast cars of all sizes. We have some 124s there on that shelf. There's a couple t-shirts. This is a different design than I saw earlier. Fast and the Furious, we got Dom's Charger there. And down here we have all kinds of little 132 cars. We also have some 118s right here. Just showing you a little bit of what they got. All kinds of Fast and the Furious cars. They even have some with figures right here. Oh, these are new. Double packs. The Charger and the Supra together, although that's backwards from the original race. The Supra should be on the closer side, but look at this one. This must be new too. Double pack of the Skyline and the S2000 from Too Fast. Nice. We have some little nano scenes here as well. And then some more cars up there. They do have a wall of pins here, and I'm going over it and I only see the Sylvia from the Fast and the Furious pen there. I don't see any other ones. That looks like it's the only one that they have. They have 143 scale assorted die-cast model cars, and they are mixed in, but they do have a bunch of Fast and Furious cars. Like they got the Eclipse there, they got the Skyline, they got Dom's Charger, and a whole bunch of other cars here. Suki's S2000, the Supra. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be a wrap on the Petersen Automotive Museum here in Los Angeles, the 25 years celebration of the Fast and the Furious. They had a lot of cool cars, some of which I have never personally seen. I have done videos at other car museums like in Branson and Gatlinburg and stuff. I've seen some of the cars that they have on display here at those museums before, but there are some that I have never seen with my own eyes. So for example, the Challenger from Too Fast, Too Furious, I've never seen that car in person, and let me tell you, seeing it blew my freaking mind, because that is one of my favorite movies, the Too Fast, Too Furious. Aside from the first one, of course, the first two will always hold a special place in my heart. Also seeing the Skyline and Brian's Supra from Furious 7, Paul Walker's personal screen-used car. There's a lot of emotion flowing through me from this visit alone, but I gotta say, it was totally worth it to get into the vault. I think total it was $51, but definitely worth it if you're a Fast and the Furious fan. I think the museum is only open until next summer, so make sure you get down here and look at these amazing machines. So that's gonna be it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and as always, take care, be safe, peace out, and we'll see you on the next one. I did get the Paul Walker Foundation shirt. It is going towards a great cause, the Paul Walker Foundation. and all that stuff. So I did get to donate to that. So thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you on the next one.